All right, doing another live stream of doing some development. Gonna fix some bugs that I found yesterday while doing a playthrough with Calvin doing the new Druid class. So I don't think a lot of these bugs are actually Druid specific. They're just general game issues that I found, as I always do. Plus, there's a huge list of bugs that people have submitted, myself included, on the Discord. So maybe I'll get to some of them, some of those as well. Particularly a really annoying one where if your pet gets the last attack, gets the killing blow on an enemy, you stay in combat for like 5 minutes or until you get another kill. So, going to try and fix that one. Let's see here. Just getting started here, getting warmed up, getting all the things turned on. But, yeah, we will be doing some live code stuff. So. Get that. Excuse me. Getting my ducks in order, in the row. Let's see here. Again, I chose some what was told to me to be copyright-free, copy-free music, but sometimes I get bit by that. We'll see. Sorry for the boringness at the moment. I swear I'll get to it. Okay. All right, so the first issue that I found, that we both found, Calvin mentioned this earlier on a different stream. So I think, let's see if you guys can see this. Before I pull up the code, can I not easily? There we go. When another player has somebody else targeted, either another user or an NPC, they stay kind of locked on rotation-wise to that person, which makes sense in certain situations, like if they're in combat. But it does not make sense at all if they happen to have them targeted and are running away or something like that. One fix could be to detarget them based on distance and that kind of thing, but I don't know if I'm ready to start making those assumptions about who you want targeted and at what distance. That's definitely up for conversation, but for sure I don't want it looking like this. And let me show you here. I'll be playing Hobbs here on the assassin. So I have my test character Ron Swanson, the female assassin, just standing here to observe. So I have Ron Swanson targeted. Now watch what happens if I run away. I stay targeted or facing my targeted person. It's kind of weird, especially if I'm just running to the castle. It's like, oh, hey, okay. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. It kind of only makes sense if you're in combat, really, generally. So I've been thinking about a few different ways to solve this problem. One is, by the way, this works great for NPCs because NPCs generally only have you targeted if they are up in your face and hitting you, attacking you, or doing something. So in that situation for NPCs, it works great. So maybe just for other players, don't have them automatically face their target. I mean, that might actually be a sufficient fix. I mean, we'll try that first, and it's got to be better than what we got going now. I don't know if that's like the total end answer for this. Well, Firefox, it's not like me dragging tabs around like that. All right, but we'll see what we can do here. So, I guess first thing, like I said, we'll try is just. And I really want to test this in combat, in PvP. So, well, we'll do that too. All right. So what I'm looking at here is the okay. It's literally right here. If this is the code that moves, is responsible for moving and rotating any other player or NPC that is on your screen. Basically, just not you. So. Does control other players just the same as it does NPCs. There's no differentiation in this code right here. It's just, as long as it's not you and you're not mounted or whatever. Okay. So I really could just simply just put in a logic statement just excluding other users, and I could do that basically based on their ID. So if it has a target and I can just literally copy this code right here. Their ID begins with the U, the first character of the ID being a U, which indicates that they are a user and not an NPC. If it was an N, it'd be for NPCs, but we don't want to mess with NPCs. We just want to actually, oops, not equal U. What am I doing? So if the code that this is running for, the person on the or NPC on the screen, in this case, hopefully just person this applies to, has a target and is not a user, an actual human being, then we'll set the rotation based on the target. That's what this function does. Set rotate target. Does some math based on get your target and then pushes through to here, does some mathy stuff using a JavaScript built-in function, tan2, based upon your position and their position to figure out like the rotation angle, and it literally just sets your character based on the result of that math. This is not a function I built. This tan2, that is built right into the language. This whole math thing is built right into JavaScript. It has a bunch of built-in things to make a lot of things like rounding or random operations or just things like that. Good fun math stuff to help you out. All right, so if the object in question that we're moving or rotating has a target set in the server and is not a user indicated by their ID, then we'll do the rotate target, which is great. We'll check that and go attack an NPC and make sure that they stay looking at us. Otherwise, if you've moved, set the rotate position, because if you haven't moved, why in the world would we bother to even do that? Okay. Well, I guess if you are a user, and this actually does make sense. I'm going to contradict what I just said. A user could rotate easily without moving, and I used to have that reflected, but I had to do a lot of extra detection between the server and the client to monitor those rotations. And it wasn't always accurate, so I was like, okay, let's just do it based on movement or target to reduce the latency involved, not latency, but extra bandwidth and data that has to be synchronized. Just make it a lot less of a pain in the ass. But I might want to integrate that back in to some degree, perhaps solely if they're not moving. Just so if there's an update in the rotation, just the game will do it. And that shouldn't be too bad. I probably can do that. I was a little heavy-handed in removing the server-based rotation. But what I mean by server-based is like if I rotate my character, and it still works, it does update my rotation to the server. The server knows where I'm rotating right now, or like where I'm facing. But that information is no longer sent to, for example, Ron Swanson, my other browser that I'm testing on. It's just purely based on movement or really where my target's at, which is kind of bizarre. So, and it makes a lot of sense for NPCs, but it makes no sense for users. So I think this is a right move to just completely get rid of that and make user rotation purely based on their movement for now, until we reintroduced server-based rotation effects. There. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that update live, because I could set up a test server, but I'm lazy. Also, I just really like things to be expedited. I like it to move fast. It's really what it is. Because I have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. All right, so let us see. Here, I will just drag this whole browser over instead of the tab. That way it doesn't crash. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to refresh both of them so the code is updated. Oh! Donzig, Glenn Donzig, what's up? Thanks for joining, man. Thank you for chatting. So we're just fixing little bugs one by one. Gonna knock them off the list, see what we can do, see how much damage we can do today. Probably should update the Twitch description, right? Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if you caught our stream yesterday. We were doing, last night, we were doing the live playthrough of the Druid class. And it actually went pretty well. There was some minor hiccups involving the class, but nothing major. And the amount of item work I have to do is seemingly not so much, at least at the beginning of the game. So, it was a lot of fun. You should check out the Druid, but you do have to have make sure you have a you have a level 50 plus, right? I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up on your levels. Well, if you do, you can, yeah, that's what I thought. You can create a Druid. I upped the player or the character limit per account up to 5 from previous 4. That'll, okay. It was, it began with an R, right? Rake? Or something like that. Or, okay, I was way off. Sorry, I have a terrible memory. It might be related to some things. You do have a character that begins as like a 4-letter character that begins with an R, don't you? If not, I apologize for my mistakenness. It's like Rust, or I don't know. All right. So, okay. So I can check here. I'll check on this screen. I will be Ron Swanson here, moving around, even though I have Hobbs targeted, and I should be just showing where I'm actually turning, which is correct. Instead of just nonsensically just facing. I back up. So this is the one thing where the server isn't taking into consideration how it's movement based. If I move away, even though I am backing up, it does show like that, which is a little weird. So that's another reason I would like to maybe introduce server rotation, but integrating that with, I really like the movement base too, because it requires no bandwidth. Yeah, Rico. There we go. Boom, I knew it. I knew there was something. Okay. Vindication in my own for my own memory. Okay, great. Okay, so this already looks better. Like, way better than what was happening prior. I wanted to get up and fight. Haha. Die. What happens if... Okay, Hobbs can take it. But yeah, if I back up a little bit, that looks weird. So perhaps like in, I mean that's the main reason I kind of did that, was for in combat. It looked correct, and it works again. It works great for NPCs, but as we can see here, it's not working awesome for users because of that. When you back up, it doesn't register as you backing up. It's more of you like running away, just based on the movement. This is how that is. Do I want to tackle that now? And reintroduce the server-based rotation and stuff. Okay. Well, let me see here. I'll do this on. On Chrome here. I'll go ahead and inspect WebSocket connection. Let's see what data I'm getting here from this character. Should be plenty. If anything, too much, which it kind of is. All right, I'm looking for. Yeah, it's got rotation. All right, just for fun, and this might make things look crazy, because it might just not work at all. I'm going to try it. Just not setting it based on movement for users, but rather setting it purely based on their server value. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. We'll handle this completely different for users. So. Thank you. Alright. So, listen, if you're not a user, so if your user will do stuff here, otherwise here, which is literally what we were doing it like I was saying. Works great for NPCs. I haven't seen any issue with their rotation, really. So we will keep it like that. We can comment this. User rotation. What the? Alright. NPC. Or other, but really it's just users are NPCs. Loot doesn't rotate, items don't rotate, so okay. Yeah, there is 80s techno playing somewhere. I like it's 80s retro, so it's some kid in his like computer making 80s sounding music, but I dig it. It helps the coding vibe for me. Okay, anyways, so we were just going to do it based on their actual rotation. Do I want it target based? Yeah, this exactly. I wish Take On Me had a cool, awesome extended like jam solo like that, like instrumental, kind of like that one Def Leppard song. Oh damn it, what is it? There's a Def Leppard song that's on the radio is like 3 minutes long, but the actual version's like 8 minutes, and it's like this awesome like '80s build up rocking. It's Headed for a Heartbreak. There we go. I don't know. I think it was Two Arms era. I don't remember what it was. That on Pyromania. It is super impressive that dude, what's his name, Rick something, kept on drumming. After he got in a car accident and lost an arm, for those who don't know. The Def Leppard drummer for a while had two arms, but then had one after a tragic car accident, I think. I don't remember the details, but he lost his arm, but he said, fuck it, I'm going to keep on drumming. And he did. He stayed their drummer. It's kind of pretty rad. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't drumming exactly or even close to the way when he had two arms, but, you know, props for sticking with it and not getting all, like, down on yourself and, like, nah, I can't do this, so I'm not going to be the drummer anymore. It's like, I'm going to do it. I'll make it work, whatever. Respect. But, yeah, that's definitely better to have two arms as a drummer, no doubt. I saw some guy play guitar with his feet because he didn't have any arms. It was incredible what people can do. But I mean, you know, you're not going to be Eddie Van Halen. But at least you can do something. Better than most people who play guitar for like 2 months and quit. With two fully functional arms and fingers. What's your excuse? I'm sure you probably have something better to do. Let's see. All right, so do I want to handle it? We'll like I said, we'll see how it looks and just see. We'll have to set. How do I even set rotation these days? Do I have a built-in function for it? Set rotate. There it is. I knew I had something. This only applies to others, so it really won't affect mobile movement. Yeah, I play guitar, but I keep making the excuse that I have so many things to do that I don't have time. Like I'm working on the game and have kids and this and that, career obviously, all these things. But man, there's nothing really stopping me from just picking it up for 15 minutes a day and staying loose. But I just haven't. I need to shake the rust off. I need to shake the rust off. Because I mean, only because I put so much goddamn time and work into like learning these really hard ass songs, and like, come on, don't let it slip. Don't forget how to do this stuff. You put way too much effort into it. All right, so we're gonna try and set the goddamn rotation of this thing based on its database value. Is it radians? Do I need to convert radians to degrees? I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Well, first let's figure out what it is. In case we need to debug it, which we certainly will. So I need to get the rotation value here, which should be, like I was saying, stored in its... What you see scrolling across the screen is its updated values from the server. Y. So... Okay. I predict we might see some bizarre behavior here, or possibly even some errors. Actually, I have a feeling that it might not always have this rotation value, so we got to check for it. All right, and we're just going to go ahead and just do a console dump here. Got to refresh the pages. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh shit! It actually worked. It's looking like it's working perfectly. Alright, let's run in circles and see what happens. Can we do that? Run circles. Yeah, it's a little. See, the movement-based stuff is a little smoother, and I probably happens because like stupid math things that happen, like going from like 359 degrees, for example, to over to 1 degree. You know, even though it's only a 2-degree change, it does like you're going from 300s to back to the starts, and rotations get different. And math is hard. So it might be related to that. It's not awful. And it really like only seems to happen if people are just like straight up running in circles. I mean, the code I had where the rotation is purely based on the movement of the player was nice and smooth. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how to. I don't have it where it detects that you're actually walking. So if you're actually like walking, it just shows the run animation. The speed is correct, but the animation is not correct. So I mean, this actually doesn't look that bad. Look better. It looks way better than the movement based as far as being like close and doing like PvP stuff. Oh man, yeah, I did learn how to code. I feel like I didn't have an option. I like was always really drawn to the code that makes stuff happen. HTML is hard for me because, in my opinion, it's kind of like more boring. Like it is. It's the for me at least. I don't know. I'm sure people really love it. And doing like an awesome design and making it work, or giving like a template and then making it that template actually into a living website, like a dynamic actual functional website, like that is a great feeling. But ooh, pressing a button and making it swing an animation and send a data to a server and does calculations and updates things in a database and actually like does stuff, that's where I'm at, because it's hard. It's really hard, and there's so many different ways to do it. There's so many different ways to do it. I know there is with HTML too, but with the whole workflow, there's so many different approaches, and making it work well, it's hard. It's a nice puzzle. Yeah, like those. What are those websites? I always hear them on like podcast commercials. Like create your sites and something. Eventually us programmers won't have a job anymore, but man, when that happens for like my stuff, like the back end logistical stuff, oof. What are humans even doing at that point? Like, I guess nurses and doctors for a while. That's a philosophical quandary. I don't know. I'm going to keep writing software, and that's what I'm going to do until I can't do it anymore. Then I'll maybe just go back to being a full-time guitar player. Go back to it. I don't think I've ever made $1 playing guitar. What I meant to say was go do that. Alright, so anyways, I'm actually not super unhappy with how this looks. Basing it on the server data, which was apparently just still there and ready to be used, and I just didn't use it. Probably because I threw the towel in. I'm like, enough with this. I'm just gonna do it based on movement. Probably because I created an awesome like rotation. I did. I created that rotation by movement function, and I was like, I'll just apply that to everything. It's perfect. But it wasn't so perfect for users because people are different than machines. I think that actually applies to what I was saying earlier. All right. I do want to reset my UI. I did make some changes regarding default like positions and stuff. Oh, because what I did, I didn't say was I added multiple slots for spells. So if you have too many spells, you can switch. Very base function. I'll add to it or change it as needed in the future. But hey, it's something. All right. So okay, I don't know. That one looks pretty good. Let's make sure it works good on NPCs. I don't know how to get an NPC here without killing them, because way high level. Let me go ahead and just clone somebody real quick. That is low level. Here we go. All right. I don't even have a weapon equipped. This person is not even wearing a weapon? All right. I want to make sure that NPCs still correctly follow me. Don't be too hard. A level 4, that guy will wipe the floor with me. All right, what about this guy? Level 17, God. Give me somebody easy to fight. Oh, I know. I can't even go in the hold. What am I gonna do? Get my ass kicked. That's fine. Excuse me. I just want him to make sure the rotation's correct. Looks good. Did not break it for NPCs, it seems. Help! Can I help you? Just in time. Look at that. That's teamwork right there. We're not even in a party with each other. All right. Okay, so that was that bug. Good. Oh, another one. Wasn't a bug as much as an annoyance. Here, I don't really need the test character for this particular one. It's involving the inventory. So you have. Here, let me switch this over. So you have this category, which is miscellaneous, but it also contains all of your freaking keys, which are mixed in here, and keys are not really sellable, and it's just kind of an organizational nightmare. So long term, probably could do something cool like make like a key ring and have it work totally different than your different items. But in the meantime, what I will do is a more basic old school approach, and just some categorization. I'm going to make keys have their own section entirely. That way they're not mixed in with miscellaneous. Real simple, straightforward fix. In theory. We'll see how it actually goes. Pardon me. Alright. So, actually, you know what? I'm just trying to think of how I want my layout here. We'll just keep Ron Swanson in play here. How many keys do you got, Ron? An amount. Okay, we can work with that. All right. This window's smaller, and I don't want to keep like switching screens back and forth and pain in the butt. So just figuring things out. I don't know how to do this. All right. So first of all, this is database driven more, so this stuff I'm keeping off screen a little bit, but I will show you the results. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am looking for all the items that are set to be key, which is a totally separate flag than its current section, like what category it's in your inventory. I could have just done it by section from the get-go. Whoops. And actually made it its own section, but I didn't do that. I'm fixing it. So I'm pulling up all the keys based on its flag. So taking from items where the key thing is true. All right, 45 keys in this game. Checking their sections. I'm basically looking at like kind of like a big Excel sheet. They're all 14 except for one. What key is this? Is that no. Old key, no longer even in the game. It's set as a sword? What? That clearly is an old bug. I will fix you, old item. Okay. I'm looking at this ID. Okay, hold on. I will show you this. Some old items here in the database. All right, very old stuff at these earlier IDs here. Especially these two. Particularly, my personal favorite. I don't even remember this. The fart cloth. Man, I miss some of these old items. I missed the fart cloth. All right. Back to doing stuff. All right, so I need to just make another section. Again, it's kind of like working with a Excel sheet. It's just kind of boring data entry. Nothing exciting is going on over here. Nothing difficult at all. So I have a bunch of sections. And not are equipable. They cannot equip a key. Yeah, I have to put in the name, what sorting order it's in, and whether or not you can equip an item of that section. Yes or no, true or false. That's it. All right, did that. So now keys are a section. But that is not all. I don't even think a section will show unless you have something in it. I believe that to be true, which is fine. Or maybe it's alphabetical. It does appear to be alphabetical. Okay. And if you have it or not. Oh, wait. I'm just going to do this. Alright. The word keys is not found anywhere in the HTML here, so... Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it and just update keys to their own item section. I'm going to basically update all the existing items that are in the game and change them to the new key section ID, which is a different number than they were before. So, update items, set section equal to the new ID number, where that key flag was true. Now we'll have redundant key settings. I'll probably clean that up later. These are the things that you want to make sure that you spell correctly, because I don't want to make every item in the game all of a sudden the key section, otherwise I will have a lot of cleanup work to do. I'll put another condition where is key flag is true and the section is already of the miscellaneous section, so I don't accidentally really bork this by accident. Little extra security. That you really want to do that when you're doing like broad update statements in a database. You want to make sure you're good to go. Probably better to do this in a more modern. I'm using a really old school UI where I can't even use like the rollback features. If I was doing proper DBA stuff, I would just do that and I could just roll it back and whatever. But I am using ancient stuff that only supports one-line commands. I have the newer stuff, I just don't use it. I need to just adapt. But when I go to use it, it's so slow and bulky. I'm just so much faster with what I'm used to. Oh. That was the correct amount of items with the updated. That's the type, but the actual items themselves now need to be updated here. That's a little more tricky. Actually, I have to write some code to do that. It's like write like a little script. That's fine. We can do that. Ah, this is from working with spell ranks earlier. Cleaning up mana usage from rank to rank. I got it better now. Alright, so we're just going to do a database query. I'm going to pull all the items that are keys in people's inventories and update them. Fun stuff. That's right. It can be. So we need to join the tables based on the prior flag. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. Where d dot is key equals 1. And a dot section equals the old miscellaneous section. This should yield me some results. A lot, as a matter of fact. Alright. I will be uploading this test script to the server, and we will run it. Lots of results, as anticipated. All right. So what we're going to do now, I mean, I could write this way more efficient, but since this is a one and done, so a one-time update doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be super, super fast. So I'm just going to grab those by the ID and then do an update statement. So updates will be update set section equal to the new one. Right, that's the idea, right? Yeah. All right. So before I actually run that, I'm going to be making sure that it actually works the way I want it to. Actually, we're doing this here. So. All right. Oh. Glad this is why we check our work before we run anything database related, because you don't want to mess up. All right. See how all those IDs were empty? Had a little typo. A little typo in my code. One little character was off, which caused these IDs not to be populated. I guess it wouldn't have been the worst thing. There are no items with the ID of blank, but it would have done nothing. But you can imagine where if I did some other type of error where I was setting section of wrong IDs, it would break things terribly. People wouldn't be able to equip their items, and things would just go to hell. All right, these look fair. Doing it, running it. I mean, it's always risky messing around people's inventory items, but these are just keys, and don't involve stats. People usually get way more pissed off if you mess up things that mess their stats up. This does not. So, all right. Now, presumably, I'll just go ahead and give this a refresh. You too. Way more keys. The key section of the inventory will be populated. Let's do it over here in the bigger screen. Should be in here too, right? Why am I still not seeing it in this section thing? Is it... There, it's showing here. Okay. Oh, because it's not equipable. But neither is miscellaneous. Is this a manually populated frickin' thing? Section select. It is. Preposterous, why would I do that? This is ancient code. Is this only used for this? Oh my god. Why is it all hard-coded? Just to get all? No, I could do that. Why would I do this? That's insane. This makes no sense. This is what code is for, is to automate process, and I have manual lists that I have to update when I'm adding sections. This is lunacy. All right. I don't want to slam any existing variables, so I have a far more complicated query. Sometimes I look at my old stuff and I'm like, why? Why? I mean, I guess that's good, right? That means, God damn it, progress is being made. All right. So sections, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to overwrite things. Types. It doesn't even matter. I don't. Types is so vague too. This will be whatever. I'm gonna be verbose. Sections equals. That whole thing was me trying to figure out what name to just named a variable. I could have named it poop, and it literally could do the same thing. Anyways. Yeah, and you know, why not have it a little more visible? It's okay. So we're gonna do their section ID. We'll give it an alias, just in case we decide to join it one day with something name. So we'll. Name from sections A. So this is everything. Just order it by name, I suppose. Alphabetical. That should be it. It's key. Select. Oh, okay, this HTML here. Ugh, I don't like having queries like all up in my HTML. Alright, so sections. We don't care about that array indice anymore because it's not set like this. But we do need to compensate for all, which is not an actual value in the database. This is section select. All right, we are replacing this key right here. This item, the select all value, which is in the actual database. There's no section called select all, so we have to manually put that in here. Is what we're doing. Okay. Also, I believe that is also the case if that's not set at all. So, there. Okay. All right. Section as val, fine. All right. Yeah, and this isn't even alphabetical, which is what was I doing? All right. So this is that kind of weird chain effect. You start fixing one bug, it leads to another. Your original game plan doesn't even matter anymore, so I don't even fret it too much. We're just fixing stuff. All right. Here we go. Plus we can format this a little better. Proper casing. Boom. Now it is in alphabetical order. Look at that. There you go. And keys is there now. Okay, great. So there was one thing also here that I noticed that was similarly stupid. Had a list of sections. Yeah, here. Types. This is just for... Do I want to bother updating this? You know what? I'm actually going to raise this all the way to the top so we can use this all over. Setting location. Now we're pulling sections. Really need to make sure this variable is not used elsewhere. Okay, it's not. Don't have conflicting variable names. That's how bugs are made. Okay. And there's, of course, way better ways to deal with those, naturally. Alright. But I gotta get going. Gotta go fast. Alright, so, oh yeah, we were, the types thing. Just to make sure it's a valid. So what we can do here is do this. Types, now that this sections is available at this point, we can just build a little list. Oops. Oh my god. And then plug in that. Boom. And now it is dynamic, and I don't have to worry about populating that every single time I add a new section, which granted is almost never, so it usually is not a big deal, but come on, let's do it right. Let's do it right. We can make sure this works. Boots, looks like it worked pretty good. Helm, there we go. Keys, there we go. All right, make sure keys still actually work. They should. I don't see, because the way they function in the game code, is based upon their is key flag and not their actual section. It should be completely irrelevant, so we'll see. We'll pop into the hold here and see if it gives us any problems. Eventually. Wow, why is my internet going so slow right now? Real slow. Okay, we're good. Keys are working. Should be able to pop into here too. Yeah, I'm super low level. All right, great. Keys are working. And now their own category or inventory. So my Twitch link was sending you to clown porn. Man, that's a bummer. Surely it didn't send you to tinyclownpenis.com. All right. Don't need this script anymore. We done did it. It has been done, and we'll remove this code. Oh yeah, and put back our kill. Okay. Actually, this really needs to be more here. Okay. Okay, great. So keys are their own stinking section now. Which is nice. They're no longer populating this. I was wondering if like quest items should be their own section. But no, because sometimes quest items can be like swords and shit. You can actually, I don't know. Probably could use some better organization, like as far as like consumables, like maybe like not consumables, but like reagents, like crafting items, like meat and fish and crap. Probably could be their own section. I'm not doing that right now. We've done enough categorization. Hellish Waste is fairly close to Battlefield 1942. It's rough. All right. Probably shouldn't be sitting here just showing stuff off, but let's take a quick detour in the new zone I'm working on here. Yes. This is the dark, fertile wastes. Or, wait, no, fertile lands. Could be called the fertile waste. But anyways, this is now the dark version of the fertile lands. It is going to be a cult-like area. Everything has gone awry, everything is not so fertile anymore, and there will be cult people. I probably am going to redo like the Aztec Mayan warriors and such, and make them like have like cult features and paint or whatever the hell, and things will be not so groovy anymore. This model completely inspired from the two-dimensional SNES game Chrono Trigger. Against when you see something like this when you're fighting Magus, but it's kind of our own take on it. So, looking forward to getting this zone done. It'll be a level 150 zone, and it'll be a nice content bridge from a sort of an intentional gap, but we got to fill those gaps in. Anyways, all right. We must go back to Helengard. All right, so let's see. We got keys in their own section now. That's cool. We've got other people's rotation much better. Not perfect, but way better. That one was bugging me. Oh, shoot. There was another one from our playthrough yesterday that I saw that I was like, oh, I need to fix that. Oh, one was Druid related. I noticed that there was a talent that's top tier that relates only to bear form, which you can only get to once you're level 20, so it really needs to be dropped down to a second tier. There's also some talents I wanted to add, like the ability to like shift forms faster. Like every time you level it up, the shift cast time is reduced until eventually it's an instant spell. That'll be cool. So we'll do stuff like that. But first, bugs. I'm actually looking at the bug forum right now. There's some people who are having issues involving the druid, like when they would do something and it would mess up their spell bars. I haven't been able to reproduce it yet. I'm sure it's real. I just don't know what it is. Let's see. All right, apparently some items from your inventory show up in Legion Vault. That's bizarre. I need to look into that one, but that one's more item and vault. I want to keep that more behind the scenes for now. Whispers that you don't show. That's stuck in combat. That is I don't like that one. That involves your pet. After resurrection, you have to relearn your spell bar? Really? Resurrection shouldn't affect your spells. Let me check. I'll go down the line of resurrection from user interface to server action and back. I'll check it. And of course, that's what a template we have to. Apparently, it's not always either. I don't know. What the fuck? Yeah. Let me check the code first. I like to reproduce it in game first, but let me see if anything sticks out. So, all right, resurrect. Let me just check the resurrect. Oop, oh my god! Don't break your code, bro. Oh. I actually don't want that. That worked great. I can get rid of that debugger. I didn't even need it. Okay, so resurrect. There's a function here that does it. Oh yeah, okay. This is how it gets called. Doesn't. This is more like what happens after you actually do it. Yeah, it's not really a. Quick res. So that's what it is. Okay, simply a quick res function. Okay. All right. It shouldn't touch spells. Hospital quests. Yeah. Maybe not the resurrection itself, but the dying. Maybe it's the dying that does it. Because resurrection doesn't touch your spell bar. Unless, okay, hold on. User cache. Reset. Okay, just goes to one. Checking to see if spells is affected when you die. I mean, it resets your... bar. I mean, just reloads the HTML for it, but it shouldn't actually affect the actual... I'll go in there and die. I guess I need to maybe clone a druid. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make much progress on that. If it's not, like, easily reproducible, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'll try it once and see what... I'll try to die once in a temple. Let me clone a low-level druid here if I can find one. Somebody's got one for me. No. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So I cloned a level 4 druid. I guess I'll be in cat form for it. Mer. 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 I take you all on. Probably could. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Definitely could not have taken them all on. Alright, so dead and res and... I don't know. I don't know. That looks so... I don't know what to say about that. Well, I'll just have to collect more information on that one. That one's not consistent, so it's a little bit more tricky. Oh, does it have to have bear? Is that what you're saying? I don't want to show anybody's potentially personal information. Really not much. It's like what state you logged in from. And your ping and stuff. So, I guess once I go from the admin, it does show your email. Don't want to do that. Alright, so I'm gonna clone mine. I guess we'll head to the desert and die. I can get there fast. I've got my fast stuff. Oh, hey. Kitty form is fast, especially with the talents I've got on this one, but my mount is much faster. Alright, we're gonna come in here and get wrecked. This is not my character from last night, but a clone of it. So it'd have to be bear? Is that what it was? Why don't I have melee on my spellbook? Oh, that's a weird bug. But not related. Oh, because it unshipped me. So yeah, don't change your spells around when you're dead. spellbook. Melee. Why don't I have melee? That is weird. It should have, when learning bear, it should have learned melee. Do need to look into that. Actually, I can, let's fix that. Druid needs to be working correctly. So I will clear my bear spells and unlearn bear. Okay. So here we go. Here are how spells are saved for you guys in text form. All right, default. What is the actual shift to bear spell? I need to unlearn that too. It's all ID based. I don't have these memorized yet. All right, bear. 73. It's not even. Wait a minute. Aha! Aha! I got something to break. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, no way this is correct. What happened? Alright. I didn't even need to do much here. I didn't even need to die. Okay, so let's see if I can't reproduce this. Alright, we'll find shift face clone. Thank you. Alright, so I'll go to bear form. I don't have melee, right? I will learn it. Great. I will learn rank 2. That's what I did last time. And then I went back to this form. Okay. It's learning melee in bear form is breaking things for some unforeseeable reason. Just learning spells is breaking it. Good. Well, we figured it out. Let's, try and figure it out a little bit more in depth here. But I'm going to take a small break. I've been at this for a while. I need to let the dog out. And I will come back, and we will fix the broken druid thingy. All right. Yeah, I got it. It's, spells in bear form. Melee broke it. So we'll see. Now, after IP. Alright. So, I will be back, and we will fix broken bear. Maybe get bear working. I can't speak for Dark and his game development. I know what you're referencing. Oh, that's funny. I will be back. I'm not going to talk shit. we're back. All right, so able to reproduce to some degree the bug that is causing people to their spell bars to break. So I want to narrow it down a little bit more, just a wee bit more, and get it right. All right. So the issue is, let me get the spell bar as it should be, not the broken version, which I have on screen right now. In the code. Copy field content. There we go. That is what it is supposed to be. Bear did not get melee when Bear was learned, which is interesting. That is the first thing. But learning melee itself shouldn't break all your spells, so we'll fix both of those things. Alright. Alright. Does it break at the first one, or does it ranking up break it? We'll see. First one. Put on my spell bar correctly in Bear. Everything looks great in Bear form. Wonderful. Does it look great? Does not look great non-Bear form. It breaks. Upon learning that, and I think I may know why. Not exactly why. If I did exactly why, I would fix it in 2 seconds. This is not going to be a 2-second fix. This might take a while. But we need to get it. Can't have bugs like this. This is just the kind of stuff that I find embarrassing. Is it game breaking? Not really. You could fix it. I don't want to have to do that. It shouldn't break. Duh. Come on. Let's do this. Alright, so I'm going to pull up the spellbook page. Actually, you know what? It's not really there anymore. It's here now. I made a function of it. Learn spell. It's a huge function. Okay. So, upgrade spell if available in other forms, which is exactly the case here, like melee. It's gotta be this code. It's gotta be. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll get that bug. So it's totally breaking spells. So, okay. Excuse me. Alright. I need to see if it breaks before that. Apologies to any other druids right now, but you might find that learning spells might be a little weird. I will... Actually, I'll just put this in the chat. My combat long. This stuff is... I like the more upbeat stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna. Ooh, I can't really put that in chat. It's too lengthy. So I'm gonna have to put it in my debug file. What is? Do I even call it utils? All right. That's gonna be spells. Spells. All right. First thing first, I have to reset this to back to something normal. Just there we go. This little paste problem there. I got it. All right. All right. So we want to see what happens with my spells upon learning melee, prior to learning melee, and other things. Okay. As a bear. There's so many things to consider. It's all right. We got it. Sorry, I'm opening up my debug file right now. I have to download that from the server, so it takes a little bit here. Okay, and we will clear all the other ones. They are no longer relevant. No longer relevant! Spellbook. Okay, so I'm going to be Mr. Bear. Hey, where's my melee, right? So I'm going to go and learn it, as one would. So it's going to, it'll break. Or should I have it not break? I'm sure I could have just wrote in whatever the encoded version of this is, but yeah, we'll do that as to not actually break it, so I don't have to keep fixing it every time. My spell bar, but I do want to see what it's doing. All right. Right. I think that should have resulted in a non-error based thing. Yep. Okay. Good. That other red one was unrelated. I assure you. But now I should have a debug file called uspells. Look at that. Okay. So everything still looks correct up until even melee is learned there. It's correct. Everything is good. So yes, it is. It is what I thought. So we'll just keep that. I'm sure I'll be debugging some. I don't want to have to type utils debug a bunch of times. All right, so. All right. Going through forms. Array keys, despells. That should be the forms. That's I should have. Damn it. So inconsistent. We'll just do this all together. All right. What did I say? Okay, this. So I want this forms variable to make sure it says default cat bear. The forms that I have. It should. I suspect it will. Whoops. You have to have a $sign in front of it to be a variable in PHP. All right. Let's do it. What you got? What you got for me? Default cat bear. Beautiful. That works exactly as expected. Love that. So it's going to go through each one, and if it's not the one you're currently in, which should be bear in this case, it should get the spell string of the form that you are in. Get active spell string. I want to see that string. Show me that string. All right. Learn. What you got for me? Show me. So this is in human form, clearly. And it looks correct. Okay, so far so good. Let me just try reading through this code. See if I can just see any glaring. This might be boring because no one else knows, but do I have this spell? It's like, if I don't have it in that form, which I should. Oh my. I think I understand the issue. I see already that we're referencing a variable here that only gets set if you don't have it. But I do have it in these cases. I already have melee for those classes. But I still need my spells to exist. And what if that didn't happen? I mean, I guess if you don't have active spells in that form, make it an array. I mean, as it should be. It shouldn't fail, because this really does need to return an array. Regardless. Wait, what? Yeah, I mean a string. It needs to return a string. That's where like something like this comes in handy. But I mentioned earlier, I will go through and do a pass of that. I'm not doing that on stream though. It's so monotonous. All right. String. I mean, these are all presumably should be returning strings. Should be okay. Would give an empty array. Implode. Right? We are trimming. Okay, I think that's the issue. I think this will actually just having this happen all the way out here instead of in here. That way, it takes your spells apart, and here it puts them back together. But I was only taking them apart if you didn't have the spell. But in this case, the other classes did have them. So it was never taking the spell apart, so when it was putting it back together, it had nothing to put back together. Blank. Whatever this last use of this variable was, which is probably up here somewhere. Yeah. Which is another great reason why. Is this inside the loop or out? It's inside the loop. Okay. Alright. And that's... Okay, we're good. We're good. So now let's test it out. Looks like I arrogantly got rid of my debug lines. Hopefully this works. I didn't, it was out of arrogance, I totally forgot me. Copy them and did not paste them. You know, I could. No, I'm just gonna go all the way back again. I don't want to type shit again. What's up? Hello. And then redo. Boom. Okay. So before I set new spells, I would like to actually see them here. Alright. This will break everyone's stuff for just a second. Sorry, guys. Alright. That looks much better. That looks actually correct. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. Pushing that live, and now I should be able to learn bear form or melee. Do I still have this? Yes, I want to keep this. Okay. And I should be able to go back, and it should be just 5. Got it. We fixed it. But I do want to know why melee wasn't initially given to bear. What happened there? It should have, upon learning the bear spell. Let's dig into it. But this will be a different version of the spell. I want to get to the point where I don't actually have bear form yet. What did I say? Bear turn into bear form was 73. Yes. Alright. So I'm removing the bear section of my spell bar and also clearing out the turn to bear spell. I should do it. I have to. Alright. I don't have bear yet, but I can learn it. So what I should expect to see in bear form is melee, because bears can do melee. So, I didn't see that. Alright. So I have bear form, turning into bear, no melee, so a bug. Is that true for cat? I feel like... No, because you start with cat, and that code is different. There's something wrong here. Learn bear. It's this line, because this is where I would learn. It would put melee in for me, but I'm already in bear, and it's saying if I'm not in that form for some reason. Why? Why that? Think about the logistics of that. Why would it not want to add a spell if I'm already in that form? So I want to make sure that it goes to all spells, even if I am in it. Yeah. Huh. Oh, wait. But that's only for the spell being learned. Oof. I have to make some, like, redundant ass code here. I hate the ability redundancy, because it's similar. If it's like this. This is specifically like when you're learning bear form, or if you didn't have cat form already. What it needs to do is go and pull like melee and all that stuff and give it to all forms. I think it has that. Here. But it gave you the, hold on, it gave you the other bear spells though, so. So I wasn't in it. This one's tripping me up. You're learning bear, and it's here it is. All right, additional spells. Okay, dear God. Oh. Look familiar? Oh, this is it. Oh, jeez, okay. Losing my goddamn mind. Alright. So it's only pulling... it's only pulling spells that coincide with that shift form, which makes sense. Slight reform, refactoring of logic here in this database query. Needs to be this. Shouldn't be dynamic based on the spell retrieved. I mean, it's almost kind of redundant at this point, but alright. Left myself a good note for that one. These are all base level. Just seeing if it has to first rank. That's fine. That's really all you need to do here. How are we determining page? Oh, this base page, okay. Alright, so back to the refactoring this logic. Now this should work better. It's not exactly this. Anf. And class equals that. Or class equals all, because we want to give spells that can go to all classes to your shifting form as well. Oh, hey, Blackula, what's up? Sorry, I was really focusing on what was going wrong here, but howdy. And yeah, I know that you can just relearn your spells, but that's just sloppy on my part. I wanna make it work right. I'm in the zone. What's up, man? By the way, I have not forgotten that I have in the past said that I will award points to players for hanging out. Still will. I will go do that and compensate for previous ones that I've missed. Sorry, I've just been busy. A lot on my mind. A lot going on here. It's Titans of Time land. Okay, so basically this says if the form matches the form that you're learning, and class is, of course, your class, or the class of spell can belong to anybody, it doesn't matter, then we'll learn it. And the start level is appropriate. Right. Yeah. Again, cannot do this as bear is learned at level 20, for example. So those spells will be level 20 or greater. Just amending a previous note that an older bug that I didn't put a note in. I want to do that. Okay, so don't do boats, no talent-based ones. Okay. Now I should learn melee in bear, and hopefully it doesn't break all my other spells. Some changes here. We'll see. All right, we need to update back to pre-bear. Let me get out of bear so I don't get stuck in bear. Resetting spells. All right. So if I learn bear, it shouldn't break everything, and I should have melee in bear form already. Okay, looking good. Checking cat form first. We'll say bear form later. All right, still looking good. Bear form. I really want to see melee. Got it. Boom. Beautiful. Now let me just test one thing. We go into bear form and upgrade my melee rank. So really actually should be 2. Oh shit. God damn it. Alright. Rank. This is set to 1. It really should be. Oh, son of a bitch. Why is everything hard? Alright. Start level. Rank or level. Alright. So I needed to be able to determine the rank of the spell here. The max rank. I don't know if I have a function that does it in this way. I probably do somewhere. But whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Heck yeah. I got you, man. This one's hard. This is math and dividing and remainders, and I suck at this stuff. All right. All right, so let's just try something. Let's just start messing around with it and see what happens. Okay, so, and I only want to mess around with melee at the moment. I want to break all spells. So if row, I happen to know melee is ID 1. So rank can stay 1 for everything else, but for melee, we'll try something. For additional druid spells, this is not going to break other people's melee spells. So, go ahead and get out of bear form. Rank will be user. This song's jamming. By level, no, the spell's level X, which is like, if you learn it every 20 levels, its level X is 20, which is almost all of them that rank up. I don't think they work. I don't think I have many that vary from that. Okay, so that obviously won't work exactly because it'll give me a decimal in some case, and it can't have decimal-based ranks, so okay. So, let's just do some mental math here. So, user level, I was level 26, and a row's level X is, oh, not 4. Let's see, which will round it up. You learn those every... Okay, so the one difference is melee, which you learn every 15. So, I am level 26, so 15. So my level divided by 15, and you start with at 1, so I think I might have to minus start level. Like here. Feeling something like that is going to come into play. This may be funny because sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's 1. I don't have consistency there. I have so much lack of consistency. Like start level 0 or 1. It should have just been 1, I guess, in all cases. Now I have to adapt to where I put 0 and 1. They both do the same thing, but involve different math. Dumb. I should clean that up at some point. We'll just do this. Whatever's higher. Plus 1. Minus 1 to 0 it out. Boom. Okay. Okay, so this would say like, alright, so I'm level 26 and this thing has a start, melee is a start of 1, but we're zeroing it out. This minus 1. Do I want that? I think maybe this. Whatever's higher. Math is hard. I'm sure some of you guys are like, this is your thing, and then you can do it like, it's not me. It's not the way my brain works. It's formatting. It's minor stuff, but okay. So what I'm saying here is, all right, so I'm level 26. This thing has a start level of 1 or 0. Let's assume either way. So it'll take the smallest of its. If it's, damn it. Oh god damn it! It will. That's not a solution. Let's just start with level. Jeez. Okay. So 20. 26 divided by 20 is 1, but I'm sealing it, so it'd be 2, which is correct for that. Let's say if I was, or it's 15. Let's say if I was 30. If I was 30, I would actually want rank 3 for this. So it's that plus 1, right? Oh no, we lost our techno music, whatever stuff. Here, what's this one? Here's this. Oh, this one lasts forever. All right, this is the more cool, chill one. We'll do that. This is more modern. For you guys not into the 80s stuff. This sounds like what I guess people listen to now. All right. Let's try to freaking solve this. So, user level 15. So I want it to be 30. So I'll say 30. 15 by 2 plus 1. Right. Okay, but that doesn't take into consideration start level. Should it? Yeah, absolutely it should. Because if it's not a level that you, or a spell you learn to your level 50, you don't want to be getting all those ranks as if you've had it. So, it needs to be reduced from here. I mean, I was right there. This is my inconsistency that is. You know what, I'll correct it in the query. Start level equals 1 and 0, else start level. Comment that out. This is functional MySQL, right? Or is this just only allowed in Microsoft SQL Studio? Let's see. I'm correct. There. This thing's parser is kind of garbage. I'm using this old ass MySQL thing. Let's see. I have to hold up one sec, y'all. To load up a more modern one. I don't even know what it says when I load it up. So I gotta make sure it's doesn't have any critical stuff on it. And it kind of did. A little. Nothing too bad. Okay, oh, that works. That works. Okay. That's fine. We'll just keep it like that. I don't know. I killed that one. I guess that one's been off for a while. All right. So, all right, so it was, let's say it was rank, let's say I was level 60. It was level X of 20, but it's start level of 20. What should it be, right? So if it's start level 20, I get it level 1, rank 1. Then at 40, I would get rank 2. And at 60, I would get rank 3, right? So it should be rank 3 in that case. So if I'm level 60, 60 minus start level, which is 40, divided by the level X, which is 20. So now we've got 40 divided by 20, which equals 2, but plus 1 is 3, rank 3. Sounds good there. Let's say it is melee. It's rank 1 melee. Right? So it's user level, which is 1, minus row start level, which is 0. So it's going to be 1 divided by 15. But it's going to seal it to 1. But would you give us 2? We wouldn't want that, would we? Right? I mean, obviously, if we floored it, it would correct it for this situation, but it would break it for the other one. The one I just proposed, the level 60 one. So let's go through that. Put that math back up here. Put it. I mean, that's an even number, so maybe it would. Maybe it would. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. Let's try it. So, if I was level 60, what if I was level 60? It's 59. Because in this case, I wouldn't want rank 3. I would want rank 2. So it would be 59 minus 20, which is 39, divided by 20, which is not quite 2, so we make it 1. Right? If I floored it, it's just whatever. 39 divided by 2. Not quite 20, it's 19 point. Hold up. What are we flooring here? Yeah, the whole. to make sure our order of operations are correct here as well. I'm sure this is terrifically boring. I'm sorry. I just gotta make sure this is correct. I could just give you guys rank 1, but I want it to be level appropriate. It's less work like the player has to do things that the game can just easily do for you. Alright, so what does it matter? 39, 92, 95. What am I dividing 39 by 2 for? Let's start over again. Alright. So 59 minus star levels of 20, which gives me 39. So 39 divided by 20. Okay. The floor of 39, right? Yeah. Just 39. Which is 1.95, but it'll give me 1. And that'll give me rank 2, which is I'm saying that's exactly what I want, right? Whereas 60 will be fine because it'll just divide. But what about 61? I'm sure that'll be fine. It'll be 61, 41 divided. Yeah, 41 divided by. That's 2. Yep. Okay. I think this might work. But let's do our rank 1. Just let's test our rank 1 again. All right. So this will be 1 divided by 20, right? Actually, I think. In case it's null. I think that math works clearer. That way just have like a 0 divided by 20. Which is allowed. You can't divide by 0, but you can have 0 divided by stuff. No problem. So if it's 1, 1, 0, 0 plus 1, I'll give you rank 1. I think this is okay. This is probably the next one to automate in case your pages are full. Ugh. There's always something. Always something. Let's try this out though. Make sure I'm not in bear form. Alright. So I've got humanoid form. That's what I got in kitty cat form. Looks good. Let me learn bear. Got bear now. Human still looks good. Bear looks good. Alright, cat looks good. Bear should have rank 0. God damn it. They're all rank 0. I broke something. Okay. I know what I did. User level. Wrong casing. Something that simple. Glad I checked though. Oops, and I forgot to get out of bear form. Which means I'm stuck. Son of a bitch. Okay. Oh, hey Shift Ace. We're bear buds. Alright. Now I should be able to learn bear. And I should have correct rank spells. Boom, rank 2, boom, 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 boom. Everything is good. Well, we fixed a lot of bugs. did the keys, fixed the shifting bugs and the stupid rotation bugs. I think I am going to call it for now and pick this up in a little bit. It's been super fun. Thanks for everyone who's came in and joined. Appreciate it. I might do another thing later today. I don't know. We'll see. Gaming, coding, who knows? We'll figure it out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for coming. See you next time.